always difficult to predict rematches, Dan. Sometimes the fighters know each other so well and they respect each other that it turns into a boring fight. This has been a decent action fight. It has not been competitive because it's been pretty much a replay of the first fight with the champion on the right of your screen, Vianney Bungu of South Africa, just simply being busier and being tougher to hit, landing more punches and getting hit less often, and it's just as simple as that.
And everyone who follows Kennedy McKinney, Alex, wondering whether he can climb the mountain again after that vicious fight that he had with Marco Barrera.
Many people thought the fight of the year last year.
His last fight was against Nestor Lopez last September, and it was a very ordinary outing for McKinney.
Yeah, I think you could write that one off to if you wanted to, you know, if you were trying to make a case for Kennedy that he just couldn't get focused on, it wasn't a big enough fight for him, just a tune-up. But the fact is, looking at Kennedy in this fight, you have to think that the combination of the wars that his champion's heart has put him into over the years, and especially the fight, the knockout by Barrera, has taken something out of him. Also, do not forget that Vianney Bungu has a lot to do with how Kennedy McKinney is looking. Vianney Bungu is a legitimate world-class fighter. And if you're thinking, Dan, that this is a man that Kennedy could pull off another one of those miracles like he pulled off against his stablemate with a late round one-punch knockout, it is possible, but he has not now in 18 rounds of Vianney even gotten a hard punch home.
Bungu would have to have a real defensive lapse for that to happen.
Yeah, and I think he's got an excellent chin.
A big uppercut by McKinney missed.
Bungu's corner telling him, get him tight, press it, press it. I think both men are tired, actually. Vianney looks tired as well. But Kennedy McKinney is just not able to take advantage of it when his opponent needs to take time off like he does right now. He gives him the rest, and then Bungu is able to come back.
It appears Kennedy McKinney is perplexed, having difficulty solving Bungu. The end of the set. Welcome back to South Africa, everyone. I'm Dan Beardorf along with Alex Wallo. We're here for the IBF Junior Featherweight Championship. The title held by the man who's now moving to your left, Vianney Bungu, in the blue shorts. He's fighting the American challenger and former title holder, Kennedy McKinney. Alex, as we move into the 8th round, what do you think's happened so far?
Well, I stretched a little bit in the third and made it even, but I just do not have Kennedy McKinney in any of these rounds. I mean, it's just, I don't think it's a difficult fight to score.
On my scorecard, I gave the third to McKinney, but you're right, that's the only round. Everything else has been a clean sweep by Bungu.
You see the bruise under Kennedy's left eye getting worse, but his eyes are not closing. This is not a matter of, I think, Kennedy having problems physically. I think it's a case of just a very awkward and very difficult opponent that he has been unable to solve.
A reminder, next Saturday at 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central on ABC's Wide World of Sports, the Valvoline Professional Boxing Series continues. We're going to go to Las Vegas for the IBF Junior Middleweight title. That's going to be a bout between Raul Marquez and Anthony Stevens. Plus, we'll also have a little horse racing for you. The Wood Memorial Invitational presented by Visa as we get ready for the Kentucky Derby. Next week on ABC's Wide World of Sports.
Lunging left hand there by Bungu, got home and scored.
A reminder to our ABC stations down the line that we'll be taking a station break at the end of the 8th round here. Well, a good right hand by Bungu. Comes back and works the body of McKinney.
And Kennedy just not letting his hands go. Just can't pull the trigger. When he does pull it, can't find his opponent.
McKinney, who won the gold medal in Seoul in 1988, has had his problems with drugs, suspended for 6 months, has been clean for a number of years, he says.
Seemed to dig himself out of that hole, put his life back together again, Dan.
But now at 31, can ill afford a loss like this.
He says this is the biggest fight of his life, Dan. He says this is bigger than the gold medal fight in Seoul. It means that much to him.
And from a business standpoint, it's hard to argue with it.
just a little perceptible picking up the pace here by Kennedy, and a little bit of a perceptible slowing down by Bungu. I think it's safe to say, Dan, that Bungu is not in the condition he was in the first fight. He has not been able to maintain quite the pace he has in the first fight. So far in our scorecards, he hasn't had to.
We'll be right back. That's after this word from our ABC stations. The 9th round gets underway. Kennedy McKinney runs from his stool out to the middle of the ring to meet Bungu. He has got to pick up the pace here in these last 4 rounds. If he's, and there he is, I guess, being ruled a slip.
Yeah, he's showing you the slip.
Yeah.